Raditz lay lifeless on the ground, Goku beside him, their bodies grew cold. Piccolo stood silently, his usual taunts withheld. Piccolo in this scenario never reveals the existence of the Dragon Balls to Raditz, thus Vegeta, Nappa and Frieza are in the dark about these wishing orbs. Regardless, Vegeta and Nappa and their Saiyan pods hurtled towards Earth, driven not by the promise of the Dragon Balls, but by vengeance for their fallen comrade. Vegeta and Nappa arrive on Earth and begin their assault. However, there is one very distinct difference here. Without knowledge of Goku's potential resurrection, Vegeta did not instruct Nappa to delay their assault for 3 hours. Upon landing, Nappa unleashed his devastating power without hesitation. The Z fighters caught off guard, and without their strongest, fell one by one before his relentless assault. Yamcha, Tien, Chaozu, and finally Piccolo, all valiant defenders of Earth, succumbed to Nappa's overwhelming might. As Nappa closed in on Gohan, the young boy trembled uncontrollably with fear, unable to move, his heart pounding in his chest. Krillin, witnessing Nappa's advance towards Gohan, felt a surge of desperation and determination. He willed his body to move despite the overwhelming odds, but as Nappa raised his fist for the final devastating blow, Krillin's attempt to intervene seemed futile. The impact sent Gohan crashing to the ground, his small form lying motionless. Krillin cried out in anguish, his heart wrenching at the sight of Gohan's fall. He gathered his resolve, trying to focus on a last-stage effort, but Nappa, remembering the sting of Krillin's Destructo Disc, refused to allow a repeat of that dangerous technique. With cold determination, Nappa turned his attention back to Krillin, the last standing defender of Earth. With a sudden burst of speed, Nappa unleashed a devastating ki attack that obliterated Krillin where he stood. Vegeta, observing the swift conclusion, sighed in mild disappointment. Nonetheless, the planet itself held considerable value, an asset that it intended to conquer and eventually bring under Frieza's dominion. Vegeta and Nappa embarked on a campaign of chaos and destruction across Earth. Entire cities crumbled under their overwhelming power as they left a trail of destruction in their wake. As Vegeta and Nappa continued their unchallenged rampage across Earth, Goku finally arrived at King Yama's after what felt like an eternity. His heart sank as he saw all his friends adorned with halos above their heads. It was a grim realization. He had arrived too late. Rushing to his friends, Goku anxiously asked if they were alright. Krillin, with a heavy heart, explained the dire situation on Earth. Amidst their conversation, Goku noticed something amiss. Gohan's soul was nowhere to be seen among them in the other world. Krillin relayed King Yama's revelation. Gohan's soul had never arrived, indicating that somehow, miraculously, Gohan was still alive. This revelation sparked a glimmer of hope in Goku's heart. In fact, what had occurred was that Gohan had tapped into his latent power at the last moment, enabling him to survive Nappa's devastating punch. It was a testament to Gohan's resilience and untapped potential even in the face of death. Now, with renewed determination, Goku knew he had to find a way back to Earth to confront the Saiyan invaders and protect what remained of his world. With Kami in the other world as well, fortune teller Baba is the one to take up the mantle as he teleports Goku to Earth. Goku thanks Baba as he makes his way towards Korin's tower, grabbing a bag of senzu beans, taking one himself, replenishing his energy after the arduous journey along Snake Way. Setting off again, Goku's path took some time, hindered by his decision not to fly, in order to not be detected by Vegeta and Nappa's scouters. He finally reached Gohan's location and hurried to his son's side. Without hesitation, Goku fed Gohan the last remaining senzu bean, watching with relief as his healing powers restored Gohan to full strength. Gohan, upon seeing his father beside him, embraced Goku tightly, their reunion filled with heartfelt emotion. With Gohan now fine, Goku prepared to confront the Saiyan invaders, knowing that the fate of the Earth hung in the balance, and that his family and friends relied on his strength and courage in this dire hour. Gohan's concern for his father was palpable, his worry fueled by the memory of Nappa's brutal power and Vegeta's formidable presence. Yet Goku, wearing a confident smile, managed to ease his son's fears. With determination in his eyes, Goku took to the sky, no longer concerned with concealing his ki. As Goku closed in on Vegeta and Nappa's location, their scouters suddenly registered a power level of 6,000, rapidly approaching. Vegeta's confusion was evident. Had they overlooked another fighter on Earth? Recognition dawned swiftly as Goku arrived, his distinctive hair and appearance leaving no doubt. This was definitely Bardock's son, Kakarot. Vegeta's initial shock gave way to suspicion. Kakarot was supposed to have died a year ago. How had he returned? Vegeta wasted no time in questioning Goku about his resurrection, but Goku deftly deflected the inquiry, simply stating that he had actually survived the encounter with Raditz. He chose not to reveal the existence of the Dragon Balls, knowing the advantage of keeping that knowledge hidden from their enemies. As usual, Nappa's arrogance leads him to challenge Goku, but Goku swiftly and decisively defeats the bigger Saiyan, leaving him incapacitated. True to his ruthless nature, Vegeta swiftly executes Nappa for his failure. The ensuing battle between Vegeta and Goku mirrored the events of canon, but carried a weightier tone. Goku fought with a seriousness born of loss. His friends, including Krillin, had all fallen to these Saiyans. Despite his resolve, Vegeta maintained a significant power advantage. Their clash culminated in a beam struggle, where Goku pushes himself to the limit and briefly pushes Vegeta back. In a desperate move, Vegeta transformed into his Grade 8 form, unleashing devastating power that overwhelms Goku completely. Yajirobe, unnoticed by Vegeta due to his low power level, manages to surprise the Saiyan Prince, severing his tail and causing Vegeta to revert back to his humanoid form. Even weakened, Vegeta remained a formidable adversary. He stood over the fallen Goku, intent on delivering a final blow. In the distance, Gohan senses the tremendous energy surge and spotted the giant power ball. Despite his fear, he knew he had to act. Ignoring his own trepidation, Gohan flew towards the battlefield, determined to aid his father in his darkest hour. With his tail recently cut off by Piccolo, it would take hours more for it to regrow, 3 more hours in fact, leaving Gohan to face Vegeta without his own Grade 8 transformation. Despite his fierce determination, Gohan was no match for Vegeta, even in his weakened state. Vegeta, driven by his desire to dominate and destroy, gradually overwhelmed Gohan, bypassing his defenses with increasingly devastating attacks. From a distance, Goku could only watch in horror as Vegeta tormented his son. Each blow landed with cruel precision, draining Gohan's strength and resolve eventually until Gohan falls to Vegeta as well. The anguish of seeing his friends and now his son suffer ignited a primal rage within Goku. His hair briefly shimmered with a golden aura as he attempted to rise, but the damage from his battle with Vegeta's Grade 8 form and the strain of using the Kaioken had left him incapacitated. Goku collapses, consciousness slipping away. Vegeta stands above Goku, a cruel smirk etched onto his face, as he charges a devastating ki blast at point-blank range. With a triumphant laugh, Vegeta unleashes the energy wave, obliterating Goku once and for all. Exhausted from the intense battle, Vegeta collapses back onto the scorched earth, his energy reserves depleted. With slow determination, he crawled back towards his awaiting spaceport, intending to retreat to Frieza Planet 79 to recuperate from his injuries. Earth, now defenseless and defeated, would have to wait for another opportunity to be conquered. Meanwhile, hidden in the depths of the mountains, Dr. Gero observed Goku's demise through his surveillance bots. The hero of Earth had fallen for the second time, and this time permanently, confirmed by the intelligence he had meticulously gathered that the Dragon Balls could only revive every person once. With Goku now gone, Gero contemplated his next move carefully. Aware of Vegeta's departure and uncertain of potential threats, Gero decided to delay his plans for now, opting to gather more information before making his next decisive strike. Meanwhile, Frieza himself had no intention of pursuing the Dragon Balls on Namek. With no knowledge of their existence, Frieza lacked any incentive to travel to Namek. Though pleased that the Saiyans on Earth and Vegeta's forces had seemingly obliterated each other, Frieza's suspicions grew. Were there more Saiyans lurking in the vast reaches of space beyond his control? As the Tyrant contemplated the possibilities, the balance of power in the universe teetered on a delicate edge. Earth was now vulnerable and without its strongest defenders, and it lay exposed to potential threats from within and beyond. Frieza's growing wariness hinted at darker intentions yet to unfold, while Dr. Gero's patient observation hinted at a hidden agenda of his own, poised to strike at the opportune moment. As Frieza and Gero pondered on their next moves, this is where we'll leave off for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this first part, and I'll see you all in the next one.